beauties! So today I fancied filming a makeup tutorial for you all. Recently I have been a little bit obsessed with Gigi Hadid, or however you pronounce her name. I am doing it no justice. I think it's Gigi Hadid or Hadid, Gigi Hadid, I really don't know. But she is absolutely gorgeous. You'll probably have seen her on billboards everywhere and on the front cover of every magazine. But she is like the new Cara Delevingne basically. She is a stunning model. She's so pretty, so beautiful, and I'm completely and utterly jealous of her. And I basically thought it would be a fun idea to film a makeup tutorial but do it inspired by her, because I've been looking through all of her makeup looks and they're all quite similar. She always has a very natural look about her. She doesn't wear too much makeup. She just has quite a nice tan. She's very bronzed up all of the time, and she just has a certain eye look that I found she wears a lot. So I thought it would be fun to try and recreate that today, because I was about to do my makeup and I thought, why not film it and make it a little bit more interesting. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. So if you would like to see that, then carry on watching. Okay, so for a base, I'm going to be starting off with a primer, obviously. And the primer I've been using a lot at the moment is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I have absolutely been loving it. It's so easy to use. You literally just spritz it all over your face, just like that. You use as much or as little as you like. I like to use quite a bit. You can also apply this to your face throughout the day as well, just to top up your makeup. Adds a little bit more of a glow back to the skin and just kind of adds a little bit of radiance back into your makeup halfway throughout the day. So that's what I've been using. I'm just going to leave it for a minute or two just to kind of settle into the skin. Next up, I'm going to be using the base that I have been using every day at the moment. I was going to use something a little bit different because Gigi has very flawless skin all of the time. It just looks absolutely perfect all of the time. The product I'm going to use hasn't actually got too much coverage, but I just love it, and I find that applying quite a lot of concealer over the top just kind of gives you that extra coverage. So I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. This gives a really kind of dewy, fresh look to the skin. It doesn't give too much coverage, like I said, but I just think it's perfect with a little bit of concealer added to it, and it's just lovely, and I just couldn't not use it. And I'm going to use this brush, which is the So Eco Blush Brush. Basically any brush that's quite fluffy will do, just so it helps to really blend in the product. And what I do is just place little dots of it around my skin. I really don't use too much. Just like that, and then just use the brush and just blend it all in. So that's how my skin looks after just one very thin layer. I am just going to pop on a little bit more, just purely because Gigi has very flawless skin, like I said, and I just want a little bit more coverage. So next up, I'm going to apply some concealer. I'm using the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, and I'm basically just going to dot that anywhere where I've got any redness or spots and just want a little bit more coverage. And I'm going to blend that in with the Real Techniques sponge, and I'm just going to do what I always do and dampen it with the Vitamin E Body Shop Spritz, and literally just dab it in. And I found that using this sponge to blend it in gives a really, really natural finish, and you can't really see the concealer at all. It just really, really blends it into the skin. So next step is eyebrows, and you are all going to be very surprised if you watch my videos on a regular basis. You will know that I don't ever use anything different on my eyebrows apart from the Maybelline Colour Tattoo. I have found a new favourite. I know, it's just ridiculous, I can't quite believe it myself. I randomly picked up in Boots the other day the Soap & Glory Archery pen in the colour Brownie Points, and I tried it when I got back and I literally fell in love with it. I'm just going to brush through my eyebrows. Quickly first. But basically, Gigi's eyebrows do look quite natural. They are a bit darker than her hair. Obviously she's got blonde hair like me, and her eyebrows are a bit darker, so I'm just going to kind of do my brows how I usually do them. And I use the felt tip side first and literally just add little brush strokes all the way through, just to kind of thicken up the eyebrow a little bit. And then I do still add a little bit of an arch. and then just give the eyebrow a little bit of length as well. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but I find that the more you use this pen, the easier it gets as well. To start with, I wasn't too sure and I found it a little bit tricky, but I absolutely love it now, and I just find that it looks a lot more natural than what I was doing before. And then once I'm done with the felt tip side, I go in with the little waxy side, and I just kind of run through them, add a little bit more colour, a little bit more definition, and I find this also helps to set the eyebrows as well, and they don't move as much throughout the day, which is a bonus. Okay, so now I'm going to start on the eyes, and the palette I'm going to be using today is the Naked 2 Urban Decay palette, just because it's got some really gorgeous bronzy shades in it. The first shade I'm going to be taking is Booty Call, which is this one here. It's just a very kind of neutral colour, and I'm just going to be putting this all over the eyelid just to even out the colour. And I'm using a Zoeva concealer buffer brush. Oh, I thought this was an eyeshadow brush. Apparently not. And then I'm going to take a bit of a smaller brush. This is the Zoeva Luxe Pencil brush, and I'm going to be taking Half Baked, which is typical bronzy shade, but it's just gorgeous, and I'm going to be applying it on the outer corner of my eye and then sort of blending it across into the middle. And then the same on the other side. And I'm going to bring a tiny little bit of Half Baked just underneath my lower lash line as well, just to kind of give it a bit more of a smoky effect. Blend that out. I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush, which is the Zoeva Crease brush, and I'm just going to take a slightly darker colour. I'm going to go for YDK, and literally take the smallest amount on the brush and just kind of blend that through the crease, just to darken it up a little bit. Otherwise there's sort of no depth to the eyeshadow and it just looks a little bit flat. I'm going to use the Soap & Glory Supercat liner and literally just do the tiniest little bit of black eyeliner right at the end. Next up, I'm just going to quickly curl my eyelashes, just because I always do this now, and I find that it helps the curl in my lashes just stay a little bit longer throughout the day. And then the mascara I'm using today is the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara, just because Gigi's lashes are quite sort of fluttery and they're not too thick and spidery. I just thought that this would be the perfect mascara to use to kind of achieve that look. Okay, so that's mascara done. I now need to kind of add a little bit of colour to my face because it's looking a little bit flat. So I'm just firstly going to use a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes. I would normally use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the lightest shade that they do, but it is over there, and if I move and get it, then I'm going to be out of focus. So I'm just going to use this one today out of pure laziness, and then I'm just going to blend it in with the Real Techniques setting brush. So I now need to add a little bit of glow into my skin, and to do that I'm going to use the Rimmel Good to Glow liquid highlighter in the shade 003 Soho Glow. And the way I like to apply this is just get a tiny little blob on my middle finger, dot it on my cheekbone, and then just to help blend it in, I go back in with my Real Techniques sponge and just kind of dab it along the tops of my cheekbones, and it just gives such a wonderful glow. And it's the best liquid highlighter I've ever tried because it doesn't actually remove any of my base, so my foundation or my concealer, it keeps it all intact and just adds a bit of glow on top. So I just kind of add that to this area of my face. Okay, now for the fun part, to add a little bit of bronzer and colour and everything into my skin. So I'm going to be using the Master Sculpt by Maybelline. This is the lightest shade, and I haven't actually used this that much, but I'm going to give it a go today because I thought it'd be good to feature it in a video. So I'm going to use the Real Techniques sculpting brush, which is this pink one here, and take a little bit of the contour shade and just apply it to the hollows of my cheekbones and just blend it out. Please ignore my cat crying if you can hear her. I can't get up and let her in because I will be out of focus. Do the same on the other cheek. I'm just going to do it quite subtly because I think this actually comes out quite dark if you apply quite a lot, and I don't want the contour to look fake because Gigi's skin looks very, very natural. So I think that will do. It's not too obvious, but I think I quite like it. And then I'll just take the same brush and use a little bit of the highlighter and just pop that along the tops of my cheekbones. It's really, really subtle actually, it's quite nice. And then using the Real Techniques blush brush, I'm going to go in with a bit of bronzer. I'm using the Body Shop Honey Bronzer in the lightest shade. Just swirl my brush around, tap off the excess. And then this is where the fun bit starts, and I'm going to get bronzing my face because my face is very pale. So there we go, that's pretty much the look done. I now just need to add a lip colour. So I've got a couple of choices to show you because I just wanted to kind of cater for everybody. So the first option is going to be one of the Kate Moss Rimmel Nude lipsticks in the shade 45. This is beautiful and I wear this a lot of the time. It's just a really pretty kind of mauvey nude colour. I've then got a gloss, which I think is a perfect match to one of the ones that Gigi wears in one of her photo shoots, I think it is. And this is the Chanel lip gloss in the shade 87. It's just a really pretty sparkly pinky nude gloss. But then if this one is not in your price range, I have a good alternative. The Tanya Burr lip glosses, which you can pick up Superdrug, feelunique.com, and this is in the shade Lunch Date, which again is just a pretty nudish pinky lip gloss. But I think today I'm going to go with the Chanel lip gloss. Or I might do a mixture. I might put a bit of the lipstick on first and then a bit of the gloss. So that's how the lipstick looks on its own. I am just going to put a little bit of gloss on top and just see what that looks like. So that is my finished Gigi Hadid inspired makeup tutorial look. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Also, I'm super close to 10,000 subscribers, so if we could get there soon, that would be really cool because I'm going to be doing a giveaway for if I reach that, so that would be really cool. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye! Today I'm going to be doing my July favourites for you.